Up top this Friday night, the pandemic sparking a much larger problem of food security. You'll remember those long lines at food distribution sites last year, some stretching for miles. Well, since then, there's been a reservation system in place that's worked pretty well. But in the last couple of months, some people tell us the food provided by an out-of-state contractor, well, has been lacking. We have more tonight from NBC5's Tom Garris.
These boxes are a lifeline. Food. Hundreds of them go out every day to Vermonters like Peggy Mathauer.
I'm on a sustained income, so it does help.
She's new to these food distributions. They happen regularly, funded by the USDA. But recently, some have had issues.
You eat it because you have nothing else to eat.
Gail Shute lives in Springfield. She's been picking up food for her family ever since the first distributions began and says lately food quality has been hit or miss.
Not as good as it was at all. This company's kind of slacking.
With this in mind, we got a box.
Some onions.
And brought it to an expert.
Potatoes.
At the intersection of food and public service initiatives.
We have a chicken.
Midhat Hadzik is the food service manager at Feeding Chittenden.
It's easy just on a first look to see that is not top quality.
Looking at the contents of this box,
hot dogs.
He can see there's not a lot of variety, especially if you have a family.
You know, it can be stretched, but again, it takes
a lot of imagination.
Yeah, I will say, yeah.
In terms of the quality, he says apples and potatoes will hold up just fine, but he has questions about the chicken. While fully cooked,
chicken is not frozen, and I believe it should become frozen.
There's a lot of uncertainty, but we're trying really hard to keep as much consistency as possible.
John Sales heads the Vermont Food Bank, which currently hands out these boxes, but doesn't choose what goes inside. See, with the pandemic, there's been a bit of a revolving door of who's been in charge of that part. At one point, a Vermont group built boxes with lots of local ingredients like fresh cheese. The New Jersey-based contractor making these has yogurt from Jersey. The chicken is from Kentucky.
It's not the variety that people were used to. And maybe not the quality people were used to, but you know, it's still food that's available.
Vermont's congressional delegation even sent a letter to the USDA saying the new company,
frankly, has been doing a really crummy job. But what we want is to get the food to the kids that need it, and the best way to do that is to use a local company with a proven record.
Back at Feeding Chittenden, Hadzik says the food all seems fine. He would just recommend taking a close look at and smell of the food you may pick up.
I think we all know what chicken kind of smells like when it's not good, so I'll say that is crucial in deciding if it's safe.
Something Gail Shute will sure do.
A lot of people out there are hurting.
And still in need, relying on helping hands to get through this pandemic. Tom Garris, NBC5 News.
Have a good day.
Tom, thanks. We reached out to the USDA for comment on this. Spokesperson got back to us just a few minutes ago, telling us, quote, one lesson learned is that we must improve USDA's outreach to rural, remote, and underserved communities and offer food that is more focused on nutritional need. NBC5 management also made sure the food box from this distribution went to a local family in need. We packed it back up and dropped it off.